Hello everyone, welcome to the, where are we? The Hungarian Grand Prix. I've just had to have a little panic because I forgot to disable something. But now we're all ready to go then. And just in time as well, goodness gracious me. That would have been pretty appalling, wouldn't it? Oh, good lord. But yes, I've actually been watching a film called The Bullet Train today, and I've absolutely loved it. It's been cracking stuff indeed. Right then, let's go on with it, shall we then? This is the Hungarian Grand Prix. It is Monaco without the barriers. It's technical, it's twisty, it's old school. We had safety cars and drama last night. Are we expecting more of the same again tonight? Yes, yes, we are. I must say that we did have a lot of action in gold then, but in terms of we didn't have any safety cars at all. We had a VSC, but nothing more in gold. So which I think which was very well driven by all the gold drivers, wasn't it? And silver had a lot of action. Had an absolutely lot of action last night. They really did. They really did indeed. Sorry, I just had a gulp of squash then. But yeah, they had a lot of action last night, didn't they? The silver guys did then. Equals and Fangio with Nigel away on holiday. It was an opportunity for both those drivers and to try and get themselves back into the hunt in the championship, but Fangio had a pretty difficult time. Equals did recover to, I think he was third or fourth at the end, wasn't he? But that was not enough of what he probably was aiming and wanted to do, really, especially as that safety car came out and he pitted, and Equals was coming through the field quite nicely, wasn't he? But, however, that didn't go the way he wanted to, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship, shall we, for bronze. And it is Dynamo Down who leads the way, extends his lead then after last week's events in France with Ginner in second position there. Ginner and Dynamo Down did come to blows down the back straight. Bob in third position, but he's MIA at the moment. Bob is there, so he's left without even saying goodbye. That's disappointing, isn't it? New Potato in fourth position. Echo in a superb fifth. He's on a rich run of form at the moment. Echo is there, and he was so close yet so far from potentially winning his first ever race in ALR in the French Grand Prix. It was half a lap away, wasn't he there? Goodness gracious me, I think he's gone with a Baumgartner helmet tonight as well, which I very much enjoy. Terrace Mushroom in sixth position there, only 18 points away from Echo. Marsky and 7th, struggling this season. Marsky is there. Let's see if we can turn that around. Sick as Muck in 8th position there. Very inconsistent, Sick as Muck is. He has been fast, but has not always got the job done. 9th position, TK. That's kind of very much that's very much of what Sick as Muck, really. TK probably could have and should have had at least 2 Grand Prix wins this season, and Styles has been absolutely styling and profiling in the last couple of races or so, hasn't he? In a 10th position now, flying up the order quite nicely indeed then. Good stuff then. From Styles Z. In the Constructors' Championship, Alpine still lead the way from Ferrari in second position on 83 points back, I should say. AlphaTauri in third position with Alfa Romeo in fourth. Haas are a distant fifth, 31 points away from the Alfa Romeo. Red Bull in sixth position with Mercedes 7th. Williams are in eighth position, Aston Martin 9th, and McLaren unfortunately way down in 10th position. Can they turn it there at CZ around then, as it is starting to become a bit of a snowball effect in terms of just not getting the old points on the board, unfortunately. And goodness me, and Collins there, unfortunately having issues there straight from the get-go in the Alfa Romeo. AlphaTauri. I'm still at the beginning of the season, isn't I, really? Because he did start the season in the Alfa Romeo. Now he's dropped down to reserve, and he's now in the AlphaTauri. So hopefully he does a good job tonight as well. Is there any milestones that's happening here tonight? I don't think there is, to be honest. Nope, that's not then. So nothing really to report, to be honest, there from the stats situation then. So let's get on with the qualifying, shall we? Tomo Tip Top, I think, is the first driver to set a time on the circuit, potentially, but I've spotted an Alfa Romeo which is a bit further on, and that is Echo, but actually Carbrine is actually on circuit further. He is in the Alpine, of course. Alpine, sadly, since they've lost William there, Kiki has only raced once, and since then he hasn't raced again, and it's been a bit of a revolving door for the Constructors' Championship leaders, which is not what the French manufacturer wants, is it, by any stretch of imagination? I thought it'd be quite a hotly sought after seat, but Kiki once again not driving here tonight, which is disappointing to say the least. Good luck, Bronze. Nosy is saying it. We've also got Sarah Russian. Good evening and good luck all. But person saying Brooksy with a little fire emoji as well. Hopefully Brooksy can get himself on a good run of form, and it's our first lap is on the board, and it is a 17.3 so far. A lovely helmet design then for Echo, goes on to a 17.1 then for Echo. Then, of course, as we mentioned then earlier on the broadcast, that Echo was half a lap away and disqualified from the session. Brooksy is there, and I love that helmet design, but unfortunately I don't think he's going to be liking the fact he's out of qualifying already here, and a big blow indeed then for Brooksy, out of qualifying, and this is probably one of the worst tracks to start in near the back of the field, as there's only one major overtaking opportunity on the in the track there, and that is, of course, the turn one, and someone, I think they've won the Alpha Taris, was having issues there, but looks like they've got going again. Collins on a lap as well, but we're going to stick with Dynamo Dan for the minute. Good evening, Kaz, and good luck today. Kaz is saying, the search person, get your finger at TK, not your birthday. Well, yes, happy birthday to TK. I think it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to that gentleman indeed. Donovan Danzivada his time. Collins has set a time of a 28.555 recurring. However, I think he can go a bit quicker than that there, so he might be able to find some more time on the board. What about New Potato? New Potato then just coming down the up into the kick of 4. Swanshank's also out as well, but we're going to stick with New Potato, who's in turn 5 at the moment. Swanshank's best result of the season last time, a great 4th position there for Swanshanks. Now he can really get himself going in. Swanshanks, I was expecting Swanshanks to really hit the ground running, but unfortunately it hasn't come to pass just yet for the Alfa Romeo driver, but I'm hoping that run of that impressive performance in France, and of course he got an 8th position in Austria as well, I'm hoping that he can now start to get some form up then. Here's the first ALR Bronze champion. It is New Potato, who is coming into turn 14. Only 14 turns on this course. This is the last time we're going to be stopping at Hungary in F1 22. And New Potato goes second faster. Jinner just in front by 0.03 of a second there from the former champion, New Potato. So this is going to get very hot indeed then. Collins Ivada is time, whilst Morsky is probably going to be getting very frustrated in the cockpit of that car there, unfortunately. And I've just missed Swanshanks. Has gone up to 5th fastest. A very good banker time there for Swanshanks. 12 minutes ago in this session. Only one qualifying session in bronze and silver, of course. Mainly as there is only one full qualifying session, that is in gold. Yeah, just a short, sharp qualifying session to get your eye in there. TK, many happy returns. TK, I think it was 25 yesterday, and he is fastest so far. TK has got the second most pole position of the season with 3. New Potato has 5 so far, but New Potato was on pole actually last time out then, but there's a race before it was TK. But TK needs to turn those poles into race wins at the moment. Collins is off. Alpha Tari, who are leading the joint constructors quite handsomely, but it hasn't, apart from Troy, goodness me, I'm in football mode. Apart from Troy, oh goodness me, it's all over the show there. Apart from Troy's win in Sunday, oh, he's hit the wall. Alpha Tari have not had, they didn't do very well at all in silver last night, did they? As far, I'd say, unfortunately, I think that's probably far the most difficult race of the season, and I think Wilson got some very good points. I think didn't he get 8th position in the end, Wilson? I must say that with that late safety car, it was here, there, and everywhere, wasn't it? It was a cracking race to watch in the end. Then fair play to Knowlesy for being able to keep up with all that shenanigans that's going on, because I had no earthly idea what was going on. Here comes Dynamo down 3/10 of a second down at the moment there in the Ferrari. However, he has put a banker on the board then, hasn't he? Echo still in 4th position. Good time indeed for Echo. Carl Brown, when he's quick, is a quick customer indeed then in the Alpine then on board the nose cone. Of course, Alpine do need, and that's out of bounds unfortunately for Carl Brown. Unfortunately, that was kind of nailed on really as we was on board. Collins is unfortunately had an issue in coming to the pit lane. I'm wondering if he should have stayed out and probably done some more practice runs, but maybe he doesn't need any more. Duncan Dave, who is just there on to turn 2 and turn 3 in the beautiful Aston Martin in car 29. Of course, the other driver who was famous to have car 29 was the man himself, Car Vendiger, However, Duncan Dave is unfortunately invalidated this time now, so Karl Vendiger, the Austrian driver, unfortunately, his career was cut very short there, wasn't it, after that horrific shunt in Monaco in '94. And then there was a Frenchman that came in at the Sauber, wasn't it, in '95? It was Jean-Christophe Bouillon. I don't know why I remember it, but he wasn't. He was okay, but he was the Williams test driver at the time, wasn't he? When Williams was very much at the peak of their powers, when they did win that Gears Constructors Drivers' Championship, which to be honest, if you think about, I would say that Williams, did they have the best car? I would say they did, to be honest. But I would say they did, to be honest. Here's Billet then, and I think that this is our resident Hungarian driver. Billet is there. Of course, so this is home race tonight, so let's go on board the Ferrari driver, and fingers crossed there for Billet, or Psycho, depending on what he wants to be called. However, they were calling Billet for now, and he goes into the tricky chicane as well. Let's go back to the comments, shall we? Dylan, and of course, Dylan, talking of which, how rude of me. Dylan, of course, a Grand Prix winner in silver now last night, wasn't he? He drove superbly well. Billet spun the car, and well held, sir, because it wasn't held as much, I would say. However, I think he did a great job not to damage the Ferrari and not to go into the wall and end his Hungarian qualifying experience. So very good stuff indeed there, but goodness me, he was on board with him. He was taking a bit too much curb there, was he? Spins the car back around, and away he trots. I think the horse trots, don't they? Of course, there's Billet is in the Ferrari. Of course, I'm not calling Billet a horse. I'm calling the car he's driving a horse, as of course is the famous prancing horse, isn't it? Of course, so we're talking at the Williams team. Of course, Dylan had a great win last night, didn't he? A fantastic performance there from Dylan to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. It was fantastic, fantastic to see for himself and the Williams team, who have been pretty much disappointing season so far for the Williams. When it started off really well in gold of Bahrain, but it's just gone downhill since then. Duncan Dave has gone at 7th fastest in the Aston Martin. Lovely stuff indeed. A whisker behind, or did I say whisker? 2/10 of a second behind the championship leader, Dynamo Dan, who has been very unlucky, I think, in terms of first lap incidences. Is that a word? It is now. But I would hopefully he would like to have got rid of those incidences. I can't say incidents tonight, goodness me. Incidents, and he could be on his way. Yes, Sarah's Mushroom, first to last. Dylan is saying, good evening, guys. Good luck. Have used the new Alpha on the game today. Love the colours. Love the colours fixed. So have it next season, and I'll carry on. Mushroom has betcha. No, just at last, Dylan laugh out loud. So of course, Sarah's Mushroom has been thinking about retirement after hitting his 100th race in a row in ALR. I'm not sure what number he's up to now, but TK's gone quicker now by half a second. That's a ridiculous amount of time now for TK that he's found now on that second lap. That's brilliant stuff indeed. Serious Mushroom has been flirting about retirement, hasn't he? Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he can continue. And hopefully he'll enjoy himself in bronze next season. A lot of things do depend on next season's game, though, doesn't it? And because there has been a lot of people a bit disappointed with this game, hasn't it? Potentially, but maybe just a lot of bugs in the lobbies and all that kind of stuff. One thing I've been disappointed about this game, to be fair, is the rubbish camera angles into turn one. It's really annoyed me, because even on this race you'll see that we've got a camera angle from the back of the field, which I suppose is great if you like looking at the rear of things, but we want to see what's happening at the front. But there you go, that's just my little gripe. Don't think that the drivers are going to be too concerned about that. However, I am, because of course all I do is just talk about cars going round a circuit. But of course we are over half distance now. Of course next week we'll be on round 14, which means by the end of that one we'll only have 10 races to go. We've got a couple more week breaks though in ALR, as this is the longest season in terms of races, in terms of number of rounds, and that's an Haas car of TK that's around. He's unfortunately kissed the Armco barrier there, which is not very good, but hopefully he didn't damage the wing too badly. Out of on turn for Mateo, improves his time. He's 2/10 of a second improvement, but he is still 3/10 of a second away from TK at this moment. And I see an Alpine now. Is that wingless Alpine? It is a wingless Alpine now of Karl Brine. So he's had an adventure. What about Dynamo Dan? He's found half a second on this lap. This is a very good lap. He's moved himself onto the second row of the grid there. And alongside his championship rival, which is which is Jinner. I was reading the comments there. I got distracted. Which is Jinner. So remember that those two came to blows, didn't they, down the back straight last week? Which we've had a lot of. I do openly say that I do enjoy when the championship protagonists get a bit of needle in them. However, I think that Farf is in the race review I was reading from Gold. Then both drivers have had a warning, haven't they, for Percy and. For Boxtow, as they two have been getting very friendly indeed, haven't they, on board with the Alfa Romeo of Echo. Of course, the new Alfa Romeo, which Serious Russia was talking about just a jiffy ago, of course, the beautiful black instead of white. I wonder what they've got with that. Is it something to do with weight saving? Potentially. However, nonetheless, which I hope is not going to be a feature next in 2024. I really hope they get the weight saving sorted out, because I'd rather see more colourful cars personally, but there you go, that's just another one of my gripes. But of course we can't use the new 2023 Alfa Romeo in league racing, so we are going to be sticking with this one. But personally, this is one of my favourite cars on the 2022 livery list. I absolutely love it. Quarter of a second up in the second sprint time is Echo. That would put him, where did that put him? Put him in the 16s. That might put him in front of Dynamo Dan and knock Dynamo Dan back down to row 3, which is not going to be what he wants, is it? But he will be on the racing line then, which may be a potential. Look at that, 2,000 of a second improvement there. But Dynamo Dan is now on the racing line, and of course the odd side of the grid will have the racing line, whilst the even side of the grid will of course have the line into turn 1. Jitter is about to start us up, but we're leaving to it. And Swan Shanks is crawling across the line there, and we've got Tomo Tip Top, who's off the circuit, and he's backed into the wall. Perez had a horrific shunt there in 2014, didn't they? Vettel almost had a shunt there as well, but of course very well held to keep it out of the wall there. Vettel did in the Red Bull. Then Marsky has done a 2-minute lap there, fantastic. However, for Marsky, I think that's not going to threaten anyone's times there. Back on board of Billet, and of course he's the hometown hero tonight then. It is a league race, and if Mushroom isn't in the Haas, laugh out loud. I must say, when we was doing the draw and Serious Mushroom came up in the Haas, I did find that quite amusing, to be honest. Billet there into intermediate 2 there. The farm needs a bit of a scrub on the old side pod. Of course, talking to side pods, only Ferrari and Mercedes, I believe, now decided not to follow Red Bull's side pods. I think all the other teams have now. And then Billet is in the wall. He was lucky first time around. The second time he's not, and he's gone into the tyre barrier there. And that car is looking very skittish. Echo is retired from the session there, so he's happy with his full position. Whether he can stay there or not remains to be seen. Billet is actually, even with that mistake, is in front of Marsky. So let's see what Marsky's got in the piggy bank. Jinner is just about to finish this up. Here is the man who's second in the World Championship, and he goes across the line. Only found a 10th for a second there. Nothing Bordeaux. Swan Shanks across the line. He's on a quick lap now. 1 minute to go in this qualifying session. Down into turn 1. Cars there flicking it through turn 3. I thought he was out of bounds there. Fantastic judgment there. Whoa, we got Marsky. We had the same issue last night with a couple of other drivers, didn't we? Just spinning constantly in the final turn. And was it Sunday? Oh, he's backed into the barrier. That's not going to help the rear crash structure or the rear wing now. But Marsky, they're just going to be, I think he's waiting for that Red Bull, doing a very good job there, because I would have steamed onto the circuit there because I'm a rude so-and-so. And down the back straight we go. Carl Bryan, who is on a lap. I'm just going to be focused on Doug and Dave. Half a second in the middle sector. That's a good time for Doug and Dave. 3/10 of a second in the final sector. Moves himself up into 6. Sharing the same row as the championship leader, Dynamo Dan. Doug and Dave has turned over a new leaf, hasn't he? I'm not sure if that's the right terminology, but I'm in the forest, so I love a bit of leaves. However, he's certainly changed his runner form, as he's been doing a magnificent job there. Swan Shanks getting very wide into that final turn then. TK across the line to start his lap now, and we got the second Aston Martin of who was the second Aston Martin? It wasn't Doug Dave, was it? I don't know who the second Aston Martin is actually. It's Kaz. I apologise profusely. He goes 9th fastest. Kaz does love the helmet as well. The Dynamo Dan then, who's found 7/10 of a second, is going for another bite of the cherry as well. Billet, who's got no wing, so I think that Billet there doing his best Formula E impression. I think the Formula E driver decided to go without no wing for a couple of laps, which I thought was a bit silly. Hopefully, Billet's going to have to come back in the pits, I think, next. He's not going to be able to improve his time, but then again, he might be able to, because he was parked on the outside for quite a long period of time. Out of front turn then for Dupateo. Can he get on pole position? He's had 5 so far. He can't get a 6 here tonight, so he remains second on the grid. He does have the inside into turn 1, but he doesn't have the racing line. Is that going to be crucial in tonight's events? Well, we'll have to that remains to be seen. Marsky doing a bit of grass cutting now. So Marsky is going to just, unfortunately, going to have to settle for 14th position. That car is looking very unsturdy at the moment. Then into, oh no, the TK has spun the car, but he still has pole position at the moment there. Junior's on a lap then. I'm taking a look to see who else at that moment. I think that we've got Swanshanks there who's in the pits as well. What about the second Alpine car of, I think it's Carbrine, isn't it? Carbrine coming out of the front turn. Ferrari is in the pits as well. I think the Ginner, oh gosh, and into the wall there. The Ferrari had to take a base of action there. And that was Dynamo Dan. Ginner's in the pits as well. So it is going to be the Haas on pole position. It is TK again, his 4th pole position of his season for the Haas team. That's good stuff indeed there for TK, as we're on board the hometown hero here. But my goodness gracious me, it is TK pole position there. Fantastic there for TK. 4th for himself, 4th for the Haas team as well. I think that's also TK's 4th in career. So in 10 pole positions, TK's had 4 pole positions out. Goodness gracious me, that's just under 50% strike rate. Lovely stuff indeed there. Oh goodness me! If I start something in the comments, let's just have a quick read, shall we? Let's see what's going on. Far from ruining my Sunday fun, then typical. Hashtag Swanee for pole position now. Swanshank's in a very good 8th position, though, isn't he? There, he's really. I think that 4th position last time out has really galvanised him, hasn't it? It's great to see there for Swanshanks. I wouldn't say galvanised. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Because I don't think that's the right word. I think I think Swanshanks has been very much like Dynamo Dan. He's been in the wrong place at the wrong time this season, a lot more often than not, hasn't he? So hopefully, but that 8th position last time out has really gained him some confidence there. And if you're having a really miserable season so far, the way the points are these days, one good result can really propel you up the order, and it's certainly doing so for some drivers out there today. And as I meant Serious Mushroom, I think it was just commenting on the battle between Boxtel and Percy. I must admit, I was enjoying it, but I do feel that it may be a step over, just a step over now, potentially. I'm not too sure, but that's just me. But then again, I don't have to deal with it, do I? So I love it. But yeah, Far is going to be cracking down then. I do feel though it's when you're in a championship fight, you do start to get like a bit more competitive, and sometimes you do clash, don't you? Because remember Emerson and Granty, I think was the other combination that got a bit too hot under the collar, and at the beginning they got on quite well, didn't they? So yeah, maybe I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Because I'm probably going to dig the admins even more of a hole. TK, I had pole in Monaco at Monaco in silver. Thank you very much, TK. Yes, you did, my sir, good sir. But tonight is bronze, and I don't do the and I don't do the overall stats mainly because that's on the other checkbook. We got Lee. I apologise profusely. We got Leon then, who is saying hi, Mushroom Gingeration, everyone. Hello to you, my good sir. Very good. Sorry, I didn't realise I was using my wife's phone. Oh, it's Diggus. Hello, Diggus there. Hello, my good sir. As of course there. I love a bit of chatter there with Diggers, of course, as we do like to talk about Formula 1 of yesteryear. Of course, one of the things that we're talking about here tonight, of course, in Hungary, is, of course, Zort Baumgartner. I think he made his debut, didn't he, in 2003 in the Jordan here before he went to Minardi in 2004. I don't know why. I have very random facts about, like, very, very, very random drivers. But he did all right, didn't he? The reason why he had his debut here is because I think Ralph Furman's rear wing or suspension fail in free practice 3 or free practice 4 on the was it the Saturday or the Friday? I'm not too sure now. Potentially, but I can't remember now. But it was a horrific shutdown. Furman had to sit out, and of course it was Zort Baumgartner who made way. Talking to Zort Baumgartner, there's the Echo's tribute helmet, of course, which I would think the yellow. I really like the yellow and blue helmet of Zort Baumgartner. It's really nice as well. Of course, Echo did try and put on the the red line to go on the outside, but it's too prominent on these helmets, isn't it? And I don't think he would have been able to get the Hungarian flag on either. Hello, William then. Of course, William then, who who has had to take a back seat, hasn't he, in the last remaining races in bronze then, because I think wasn't he moving or going to university? Apologies profusely. I do listen, I swear. It's just I haven't got my brain capacity is quite small. Right then, let's get through the grid charge from front to back. 19 cars on the circuit. Brooksy down in last position. I'm sure we had a sloppy seconds in here as well, who I think he made his fourth appearance in bronze. Sloppy seconds did. Very erratic last time out, sloppy seconds was, so let's hope he behaved himself here tonight. Hard tyres then for the front three, soft tyres for Carl Bryan, and medium. There's an Aston Martin there visiting the grandstand there. Dynamo down on mediums, Echo on mediums as well. Watch those two fly from 4th and 5th position there. Tomo and Vintage there, 10th and 11th on medium tyres there. We've got Sirius, Barski and Styles. Remember, Styles, like Swanshanks, on a rich run of form. TK, 4th pole position of his career in bronze, of course, not in silver. I'll look at TK's overall stats later on, probably tomorrow now, as I'm going for a nap after this. New Potato alongside him on row 1. Of course, New Potato then made a mistake, didn't he, on his first run. And here we go then. TK is now lined up for the start of this one. Carl Bryan, soft tyres then, of course, so he's going to be very aggressive, isn't he? And just watching, we're just watching Brooksy, who unfortunately parked his car in a dangerous location as perceived by the FIA. Whether that was dangerous or not remains to be seen. William was moving to Bristol for 2 weeks for college, so I was kind of right. I hope that move's going well for you. It's probably one of the most stressful things you can do in life is move. Our lights are off then, and here we go in Hungary. It's a drive-through penalty for Echo, and it's completely gone wrong for Echo. He missed the lights absolutely appallingly there, and there must have been a problem with the launch. We don't have launch system in F1, but he just completely messed up the start as TK is still leaning into turn 1 as the two Alphas are going side by side. A New Potato and TK, the two rivals, the two men who was on the front row have both come together somehow, and the guys who then 3 of the top 4 is now at the back of the field. It's a terrible start, a magnificent start for Carl Bryan. He's probably got the start of the season. He's up from 7th to 1st here into turn 4. And there's the two LP drivers and Dynamo down, Tomo tip top. Then we've got Bill up 7 positions. Magnificent stuff indeed there. Sloppy seconds up in fantastic 7 positions as well. They all flick through then. I'm not sure what happened with Echo then, but that was wow. I don't know. Maybe his foot must have slipped off the accelerator, or slipped on the accelerator. I'm not too sure, but whatever the case may be, he was gone. He let the clutch slip then on the car, and he was gone in an instant, wasn't it? Well, he wasn't gone in an instant. Fair play to him though, because I know someone else who jumped the start one time. I'm not going to say names. Welsh Bernardo, of course, in Abu Dhabi. Look up the inside there. That's Kaz going deep then. Having a look up. It's Duncan Daper. Now sloppy seconds on the outside here. Is Aston going to let Gibson just about enough breathing space? That's a Ferrari off in the background there. That's Billet who's off in the background there. Cameron is set the fast lap of the race, and of course, obviously, as we've only just had one lap around here, but what now McLaren and Scooby Shoes off in the background as well. Something's gone wrong for Scooby Shoes as well. She come down into turn 1. Collins is on the inside there. That Mercedes of sloppy seconds has come out of nowhere and is now flying up into 7th position. Sloppy seconds has made up 10 positions already there, but look at this, and as Collins is trying to squeeze him. Collins is contact there between Collins and sloppy seconds. Is sloppy seconds lost his front wing? No, he hasn't. He's come to go in there. And Sirius Mushroom up into 9th position as well, also up 6th position there. A lot of big movers on the lovely helmet, by the way, from Sirius Mushroom. Absolutely delightful. That's not delightful for Collins, and he spun the car. And I think that unfortunately sloppy seconds in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Collins is now just recovering back up the order. My goodness, has he got damage there? Sloppy seconds have surely a lot of damage, because that was a wallop and a half there. Once again, Swanshanks very much using his wisdom beyond his years. He's now up into 6th position as Sirius Mushroom, as Dickens has mentioned, and Sirius Mushroom up into a 8 positions, and he's storming through the field nicely indeed. Marsky up 9 positions there after a nightmare qualifying has found it. Tomo! Oh no! And once again, Tomo, who's had a good start, is unfortunately just come undone in the race itself. Where he's dropped down into 30th position, make that 40th position as the pole sitter is now up the order. I think we had pit stops whilst I've been rabbiting on about all kinds of nonsense. Brooksy up into 12th position as well, then taking it slow and steady in this one. Brooksy is yellow flags to Scooby Stew. Once again, it's the final corner, which is causing major problems there. And Duncan, Dave, and Sloppy seconds there are going wheel to wheel. Vintage has lost out to Brooksy, who's now down into 12th position there. Brooksy up into a superb 11th position. Oh my word, fantastic stuff indeed. Then Morris give 10 positions. That is an incredible start. Collins in the pits. New Potato and Billet have also been in the pits as well then. So it's the back three that have been in the pits. And we've got a McLaren off there of, I think that's Tomo. It is Tomo having issues there. And Collins just coming out of the pits now on the medium tyres. I've just seen New Potato coming out as well. Jinner is having a sniff down into turn one there. What has happened there for the second McLaren? Also having issues as well. Tomo and Echo are fighting tooth and nail then into the chicane. And we have now got a race change here as well, as it is now. It is Jinner taking the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Onto the final turn then. Hard tyres there for Jinner then. Carbine soft tyres is elevated him up the order. Is now going to start to feel the pinch and the soft tyres. I don't think they're going to do too well around here. Collins has had a spin down in turn 4, unfortunately. DRS, you heard the beat there on the Ferrari. Dynamo Dan, remember that the two, Jinner and Dynamo Dan, came to blow in France, and of course it wasn't as bad as what we've seen with the other championship protagonists in gold. However, it is still serious stuff. They're talking to serious. Here's Mushroom up into a 6th position now. Sloppy seconds there. And Duncan Dave just can't get enough of each other. And oh, I thought he was going to go to the side, but well judged from both drivers. Magnificent stuff indeed. And oh, his Swanshanks has had an issue there. And Collins is in the major peril now. He is out of the race, unfortunately. And that's well in the circuits. Our safety car. I don't think it is a safety car. The marshals might be able to clean it up then before the drivers come around then, as there is a bit. Oh, Jinner then lost the back end of the car there. It feels a bit floaty on the old rear for a lot of these drivers. That car is well in the middle there. I'm surprised that wasn't a safety car, to be honest there, because Jinner had to take evasive action, which is not good. Scooby Stew having a nightmare race out there at the moment, unfortunately. Way down in 18th position there. He just can't seem to get that back end sturdy, can he? Now, what is Carbron going to do? He is not a full-time driver, so he is a sub at the moment in the Alpine. Now, of course, the normal Kiku's the full-time racer in Alpine, second race in a row that he's missed, unfortunately. What is he going to do? Is he going to help his teammate Jinner, or is he going to be thinking about his own race? Serious Mushroom, my goodness me, he is motoring through the field there at the inside, passes Marsky, and away he goes. Can Marsky come back at him? Now, TK has also got an edge. He's got past Vintage in the background. He's in that gaggle of cars just behind us. TK's. So, of course, TK and New Potato. We did not see what happened to both those drivers on the stream. We just got Brooks again past Kaz as well, moving up the order then. And we've got another McLaren off, and it's Tomo who's also having issues as well in that second McLaren. Both McLarens have got no rear end grip, have they? As both of them are spinning like a Beyblade in the final turn, unfortunately. Just watching TK, he was our pole sitter. His full pole position of his career in bronze. Unfortunately though, having issues there going down into turn 1 there. Both him and New Potato are very much behind the 8 ball now, and are really going to find it difficult to get themselves back in there. Unfortunately, that's I think that might be Collins' third as Tomo tip top has left the session now, and that isn't good there, unfortunately, for Tomo tip top then. And we just seeing then as Jinner then lapping that McLaren and Scooby Stew, who has had an absolute nightmare start to this race, hasn't he? Unfortunately for Scooby Stew, TK has moved his way up into 11th position, and we're now just watching the Ferrari. He's having a look, then he has a sniff. Oh, he's going this way and that way, but Carbine, I think that Dynamo Dan then was a that's contact then, and Carbine just about keeps it going. Then Dynamo Dan, and I think got stepped on the gas slightly too early, and goodness me, as there was a lot of movement there from the Ferrari, wasn't there? I didn't see too much movement from the Alpine driver Carbine, but maybe it was a slight jig there from Carbine. But Dynamo Dan then very robust attack in there for the Alpine car, but he is through and up into 2nd position now. As Scooby Stew looking, I think he was just trying to get out of the way of the Ferrari there up in front of us. But Carbine has really struggled for pace now, is he? I wonder if he's going to come to pits. I wonder if he was hoping for a early safety car at this one potentially. Swanshank's up into superb sixth position there. Marsky struggling on those medium tires. The hard runners are really starting to come into their own now, aren't they? Because Marsky is struggling out there, and we've got Swanshanks, who's really very much on the ascendancy now. We'll see what Styles can do. TK's has got a great run of pace as well. Billet's back into the pits there. Unfortunately, not a happy homecoming for Billet at the moment in the second Ferrari. His teammate, however, is doing a great job here, and up into a superb second position in this one. Carbrine does come in the pits, and Cirrus Mushroom with the beautiful pink helmet is now in third position. Good stuff indeed there. What about Swanshanks? I think the pit straight is not straight. It's not long enough at this moment, albeit it was extended, wasn't it, back in 2003, I should say. Goodness me. The pits comes Carbrine. He's going to go in front of Echo. Is I think the most imminent, and he does not, but he does have a bit of breathing room as well. Echo has not come in the pits yet. The reason why he's so far behind is because he had a jump start. What he did though is he pulled out of the way and let everyone else go past there. So good stuff indeed there for Echo. But unfortunately, he is down in 13th position now. So Tomo out of the race there, along with Collins as well. Unless Tomo can get back in the session. Remember, Dan Murphy had awful problems last night of coming in and out of the session, didn't he? I think he's invested in one of those new PlayStation 5s now, but unfortunately it wasn't very helpful in the session last night, which curtailed his running really poorly indeed, didn't it? Just watching Swanshanks, and he is closing on Marsky as Scooby Stew has just been lapped in the McLaren. So Marsky, who is now going to be feeling a bit under threat here, but he does not want to come into the pits just yet. He wants to extend this stint for a couple more laps or so. Remember, we've got 35 laps around here tonight. Of course, it is about 50% race, of course, around here, so rather than the 70 we had on Wednesday a few nights ago. Of course, talking of which, the 100% league is going to come up tomorrow in Bahrain. 58 laps. 58 laps behind, 58 laps then around Bahrain, or 57-ish actually, I think it is. Contact there, and Swanshanks has gone right into the back of the Mercedes. That's a lot of damage from the Alfa Romeo as well. It looks okay, but goodness gracious me. And he's off Swanshanks is there, and goodness me, and Swanshanks there, what a shame next he was having such a strong race there, but he's gone to the back of the Mercedes. He has spun the car back around, but the damage on the front wing, we've seen debris come off there, and he is trying to get back on now, and I think he's that's Carbrine off the circuit. I think he was waiting for Carbrine, but Carbrine has also spun the car as well, and he's trying to get himself back on. Is he damaged? He isn't damaged by the looks of things. However, these wings, they're not as sensitive as what they were in 2021, but they are still sensitive nonetheless. And some seconds made his way up to 5th position now. Then Digger says mushrooms for a podium from 14th would be something. It would indeed, and hopefully you would get that. Driver of the Day award as well. Duncan Davis spun the car. Of course, he's still a bit sore about Washburn on again. Driver of the Day in Silverstone. Of course, the rules are that there's reserve drivers are not meant to have not meant to be involved in driving, are they? But it was a spectacular run there for Welsh Maldonado. Sloppy second is off the circuit there, and he is spinning at the rear tyres. He's also harvesting quite heavily on that Mercedes. What is the odds for Mushroom getting a podium? What I'd say is odds are very much in it forever in his favour now. That's off a film, isn't it? Or am I just making that up? I think I must have been watching the film lately, and I think I've heard that from somewhere. Kaz is in 12th position, and Echo has just got himself up into 11th position. One of the Ferraris is off. Is it Dynamo Dan? It's not Dynamo Dan. It is Billet then having a nightmare home race. Unfortunately, Billet is he has really struggled to get to grips, I think, with these Formula 1 2022 cars, as has a lot of drivers. And Billet is out of the race there, and I think that unfortunately, that's frustration there for Billet. What a shame. On board with Vintage has made his way into 10th position now in the Williams car. He is all over Duncan Dave, who had a bit of a spin on the final corner last lap. So he doesn't want to do that again. And Echo has made his way back into 11th position, and Echo has the pace in that Alfa Romeo, but unfortunately, of course, that drive-through penalty for jumping the start has really curtailed his running here tonight, but it would be something if he gets himself back up the order. Serious Mushroom is doing a really good job at the moment in third position. I'm not saying anything more than that because we know how real the commentator's curse is here. Serious Mushroom certainly knows more than most, as he's usually giving out the commentator's curse, isn't he? On board with Echo once again and having a sniff at Vintage, but I think he's too far back then. Lap 10 out of 35 here. Let's take stock then. 3 retirements, both Tom out of the race and Billet and Collins out of the race as well. No safety cars just yet, and Echo is so quick into turn 2 compared to Vintage here, and I think the Vintage there might be a sit and duck ever so slightly, but I think that Echo is quite quick under braking here and going into turn 4. No dice just yet. Let's take stock then. We're on lap 11 then. Oh, Vintage is Vintage dropped down to 11th position then. So yes, lap 10, Jinner leads the way then. Of course, Jinner hoping, I think that'll be his 3rd Grand Prix win or his 4th Grand Prix win this season, doing a magnificent job. Jinner is. Don Dan is 2nd at the moment, the Division 6 World Champion, doing a great job in 2nd position then. Serious Mushroom, brilliant drive in 3rd position then. 4th position is Marsky. That's great to see Marsky back up there. Hungry Stars since the turn of the year, he has been in magnificent form, hasn't he? He is now up into 5th position. TK recovering after both him and New Potato dropping right down the order. They are now in TK is now in 6th position. Brooksy is in 7th position. That McLaren is in the pit. Brooksy is in 7th position. Now Sloppy Seconds is down into 8th, and after coming into bother. 9th is Duncan David, just watching now, with Echo recovering after a drive-through penalty as well in 10th position. Then the drivers who started first, 2nd, and 4th, wasn't it? Was Echo 4th or 5th? Not too, I can't remember now. Maybe 4th or 5th. And 3 of those top 5 drivers have unfortunately had issues right from the start, and unfortunately they've run into bother, haven't they, ever so slightly here. Vintage in 11th position, and Kaz in 12th position on the hard tire. Swanshanks was very much at the sharp end of the field, but went to the back of Sloppy Seconds. He's damaged his front wing. Then he had a spin, didn't he? Swanshanks in there, but it's not over yet. Then Carl Bryan in 14th position. He's the only runners who've come to pits then for a scheduled stop in 14th position. New Potatoes in the pits, I think, because of damage there. Tomo out of the race, and Scooby Shoo in 17th position there. And of course, we have 3 retirements, and Tomo tip top, Billet and Collins all out of the race at the moment there. A long way to go, but hopefully I think it is if I was a bookmaker, it'd be 2-1 then for Serious Mushroom to get a podium. I don't really know what odds are in the old betting world, but of course Cheltenham Gold Cup is coming up soon, isn't it? Which is going to get very interesting indeed. I must admit that my betting experience there for Cheltenham Gold Cup is usually pick the horses with the funniest names in, but that's because I'm a child. Across the line we come once again. Lap 12 in this one. Echo is struggling to keep up with Duncan David Monet, but I think it's because the hard tires are now starting to outpace or outperform the medium compound tires. So this is going to be a bit of a switch now. So when are they going to come to the pits? And the undercut around here is going to be quite powerful, I would say, or you certainly want to trigger that, because of course it is so difficult to overtake on this circuit, and there's, I would say, only one probable overtaking opportunity, which is down into turn 1. You might be able to, if you could get past some other cars with a helping hand into turn 2 potentially, but that's with a very big helping hand of a driver in front there, which if a driver doesn't want to let you pass, then it's going to be very difficult indeed, isn't it? Gap's up to 5 seconds now. It's Jinner is showing some magnificent pace on Jinner, of course, who has been really impressive this season. He'll be going for his 4th Grand Prix win if he can win it here today, and that'll be the most out of anyone in this championship so far. Safety car as the second McLaren has hit the wall. Scooby Stew out of the Grand Prix. And how is this one going to play out? I think that the medium runners are going to be grinning with this one, aren't they? I think the hard runners are going to have to. I think the Jinner's going to be furious with this one, because this is really as a drive-through penalty for Kaz for speeding under a safety car, and that is a bitter blow for the Aston Martin driver, isn't it, there for Kaz. Love the helmet, by the way. That's a fantastic helmet. But Sobby seconds into the pits, and 5-second penalty for Kaz as well for speed in the pit lane. I think that those two penalties have gone hand in hand there, because I think he was frustrated about the drive-through penalty, and it's also Duncan Davis also been in the pits as well. So there's a triple whammy here for the Canadian driver, as he is now changed onto the medium tyres, but he's going to have that drive-through penalty. He's going to have to use that. What am I saying here? I don't know. Oh, gosh, it's been a long week and it's only Tuesday. He's going to have to come through the pits and of course get that drive-through penalty sorted, but then that doesn't even come off your 5-second penalty either. So for Kaz, that's going to be quite painful, isn't it? Can New Potato? If he gets lapped here, this is going to be a problem for New Potato. But I don't think he's going to get lapped, because I think all the front runners are in the pits. It is very difficult to unlap yourself in league racing, isn't there? It's good as he's just destroyed a Ferrari mechanic that New Potato has there. So Jinner's had no option. He's had to come into the pits, hasn't he? Who else in the pits as well? Don Madan is also in the pit lane. Who has stayed out there? One of the McLaren stayed out there, but I think that's McLaren is out of the race technically. So everyone is into the pits apart from TK. So TK has stayed out here. Is he going to get out in front of Jinner? I don't think he is, because Jinner is already out. No, he isn't. Yes, he is, I should say, because there is Jinner. Jinner is now out of the pit lane in front of TK, who is second, and I expected today's race to be between those two drivers there. Don Madan in third position. Serious pressure was superb fourth for the moment there. Brooksy is now on the medium tyres. So I think that the medium tyres, can they get to the end? It'll be a stretch, but I think they can get to the end. It will be a stretch, but I reckon it can be done. Swan Shanks has elected to stay out here and steaming into turn one there. Brooks in a very fine set position there. This safety car has not helped Carbrine at all, hasn't it? Because he was going for a massive undercut here. But that is not going to help at all, is it, unfortunately? Kaz into the pits then, so he's going to get rid of that 5-second penalty. Now, I wonder if he might go on back onto the hard tyres here. But then again, he might have another set of medium tyres, I should say then. And there he is, he's looking for those Aston Martin mechanics now. There they are, he's coming back to the pits, and he's serving that 5-second penalty. He'll put on a new set of boots, and that should get him to the end in car 99. And it does, and that should indeed then for Kaz, who comes out of the pit lane now in the Aston Martin. He may be able to get some points from there. It's not over until it's over then. New Potato, this is a new leash of life for the first ALR bronze champion, New Potato, who's unfortunately been a bit in the doldrums here. Serious Rusher is saying that the safety car has ruined him, unfortunately. There's still a long way to go, my good man. Oh gosh, I don't know what was in that squash, but it's made me rather gassy. Kaz has dropped down to 15 for some reason, so unless he's gone off the track, Kaz has got problems here, hasn't he, in the Aston Martin. Hopefully he can get himself sorted, but he's lost out. He's dropped down into 60th position. There's something wrong with the Aston Martin car. Into the pits now comes TK. So TK would drop to the back of the field there, but I think he might be wondering if we can get the medium tyres in there. So every lap is going to count here, but Jenna retakes the lead of this race then. But I'm wondering if the safety car may have also helped you as well, Serious Russian, but as I said, that it's not over till it's over. Unfortunately, Alfa Romeo mechanics are also well out of the pit lane as well, aren't they? Lovely shot there, but we've missed most of that good shot because TK is gone. There he is, he comes out of the pit lane now. We'll have one more lap beyond the safety car, I would hazard a guess then, and then we'll be back racing then here in Hungary then, and hopefully there'll be no more safety cars at the end as well. I think we got 3, didn't we, in Silver last night? What an incredible battle it was in Silver. I really enjoyed Silver last night. Edgy or steep stuff, wasn't it? From lights to flag then. Digger, sir, unlucky. I thought you had it. Hang in there. I think the Serious Mushroom may still. I think Serious Mushroom is still in a very good spot in my opinion. Because I feel that the medium tyres are going to struggle. You're going to struggle quite horrifically towards the end of this race there. And I think that Jinner, I don't think Jinner's going to get to the end, you know. Or if he does get to the end, he is going to be under the tyre wear is going to be quite extreme, isn't it? Now, remember that the issues that Sickers Mug had in the last couple of laps in France. It cost him, didn't it? After that cost him, didn't it? Really, of getting some major points set. I can't remember what it cost him. Well, I think he was on the podium at one stage, wasn't he? But yeah, he had a puncture just a couple of laps ago, didn't he? After the tyre wear just got above 75% then. And it was very much like everyone else who was going for that same strategy. Had to very much tickle it home, didn't they? I think it might be the same for some of the medium runners like Brooksy and Ginner here tonight then. Maybe TK as well, and Nude Potato, who are going to be close together on track then. Safety car is staying out then, so we'll have one more lap behind the safety car as Kaz has dropped to the back of the field, and hopefully Kaz has sorted out the issues now because he's lost 2 positions under the safety car. Good call, Sean. Thank you very much, Diggers. I think that'll be the only time I ever make a good call, to be fair. But let's see how this transpires. Into the pits then is Sloppy Seconds, and he is looking for the black overall Mercedes mechanics. There they are, coming out of the pit lane then, and it is a new set of boots out for Sloppy Seconds there. He has decided to give up track position. And that's Kaz into the pits in the background as well. He's decided to give up track position here over a new set of boots then. So this one may be interesting. And Kaz into the pits once again. And this is a very long safety car period. I wasn't expecting to be this long. Soft tyres for the Aston Martin crew. I'm surprised by that one there. So Kaz is effectively guaranteed himself a second stop because the mediums is going to be a stretch. The soft tyres is not going to get him to the end there. But I wonder if Kaz may be going for fast lap, because you do get a point for fast lap. But I feel it's far too early to go for a fast lap at this stage of proceedings. The sun is starting to burst from the clouds. It's been a very overcast day for a lot of these drivers on track, and also in the weather forecasting department as well. 4 retirements, and Tomo Tip Top unfortunately up and left, but a bit of rage quitting going on for Tomo Tip Top. Scooby Stew out of the race there. He was having a nightmare race with that back end of that McLaren. Unfortunately, Scooby Stew is really struggling with the balance of that McLaren this season. Billet out of the race as well. Similar to Scooby Stew, I think both drivers have really struggled to adapt to the 2022 cars. Collins out of the race as well. Of course, unfortunately, I think that's Collins' safety cars in the underside there. Soft Seconds was trying to overtake the McLaren, and of course Collins out the race as well. As he's got to have such a shame for Collins there. When he finishes, he does finish in a strong position, but unfortunately Collins does struggle to get to the end then. Right, 15 cars remain then. Excuse that noise in the background. It's not me and my upset tummy, I can assure you. It's a motorbike. Right, let's get going, shall we? As Ginner is going to lead us away. This needs to be quite important now for Ginner, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, because does Ginner need to go flat out, or does he need to preserve the tyres? And I have no idea. How is the man with 3 wins this season going to play it across the line? That's it. We're racing here in Hungary. As Bernd Mailander puts his car away, and we're racing once again. Marsky having a sniff at, but nothing doing so far. Now we just seen TK made his way up the order. Vintage has lost 2 positions there, but I think the Vintage and who's that? Echo is in the Swanshanks is around there. There's cars off left, right, and centre. Vintage stuff. Swanshanks off as well. Kaz is back in the pits, and it's a nightmare race. It's a nightmare race for Kaz as well. The Carbide having a slip as well. Up the inside of who was that? That was Echo, I think it was. Echo with 2 finish. That's a great start for Echo on those hard tyres now, and he will be able to go to the end then. He's got a 3-second penalty. Carbide's off in the same place he spun earlier on this race there, and he has not come into the pits to change his tyres there. New Potatoes off. New Potato and TK, have they come to blows again here? Goodness gracious me. Oh gosh, now they come back going then. Dylan says that the medium tyres should be able to get to the NZ. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Of course, and I'm not sure if New Potato and TK have come to blows again then, or if they've just hit that very slippery sausage curb. I've beaten it, so Dylan thinks they're going to get to the end then. Duncan Davis dropped down the order. He's off the circuit. Then it's an action-packed start to the safety car here, and Tomo, who's not even in this race, I'm finished there, doing a great job out there. Jenner set the fast lap there. He said Brooksy, who is now is now very much at the ascendancy. Tomo does come into the pits now, as after the safety cars come into the pits. But of course, we're not ignoring Tomo as much as we don't want to ignore Tomo. We have to on this occasion. Brooksy almost spinning there, but great, well held, sir. But that has really enticed Echo, who is on the hard tyres. Echo is Jenner is absolutely gone. Actually, he's almost gone in 60 seconds there. He has flown away, has he? Ginner has 3 seconds of gap is in 1 lap. Good heavens there. and that man knows what he needs to do, doesn't he? There, so so not worried about tyre preservation here. He is just putting pedal to the metal, flat out. Then, as Echo is also trying to put a squeeze on Brooksy, but Brooksy, of course, is on the quicker compounded tyre at the moment. Gordo, good evening to you, and he's saying good luck to everyone as well, as we've approached half distance here in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, I think that there is going to be, well, it seems like we're having a lot of Masters and Hamiltons in the ALR Championships this season. We had Percy and Boxtow, and now we have got New Potato and TK who have come to blows as well. DRS has now been enabled at the end of this lap, so this will make overtaking a bit easier. Than Brooksy is very much on the limit and beyond here as we're going down into turn 1. Is he going to have a sniff? He has a look there, but Stars is not yielding, and he's not even diverting from his racing line either. Stars isn't there, so Stars are a very experienced driver there. He is not deviating from his 5th position, not deviating from his racing line either. So if Jinner keeps up that 2.5 second buffer over the next couple of laps, then that will be pretty impressive. However, I don't believe he will be able to, as of course those medium tyres will start to degrade them. But yes, they might be able to get to the end then. But I'm not sure if they will or not then. But that is the beauty, isn't it, of Formula 1 racing? Well, certainly when I'm in the box anyway, because I have no idea what's going on with strategies, which I suppose makes it a bit more exciting, doesn't it? Well, then again, I never know what's going on. Gap 4 seconds now. Diamond Dan is a second in front of Serious Mushroom, who's on a great race at the moment with Marsky in 4th position. We have got the second Alpine car of Carbrine, who is off the circuit, and we've got 3-second penalties now starting to come in, and that is going to... That's a good manoeuvre. Is that a manoeuvre there for New Potato? I'm not sure if it was or not, or if we just caught the end of it. Now we're out of the final turn, and this is the first of the DRS set, and that's an Aston Martin of Duncan Dave, who has spun out of turn 13, unfortunately, and he's dropped out of the points, and he's having a look then into turn 1 there. Nothing doing just yet, and Echoes on the inside. That's going to be a tail end, a dollar short there, and he just about stops the car, and away he goes. And now he's going this way and that way. He's going to have a look into turn number 2 here. He does, but there comes some stopping seconds as well, and stopping seconds a fully spun Echo there. He's all over the back of the gearbox of Echo, and look at this, is Echo to go wheel to wheel into turn 4. I'm closing my eyes, I'm behind the pillow. Oh my gosh, and Berksy has spun the car now, and 2 into 1 never goes well around there, and oh dear, and Brooksy is spun, and he was very much on a rich run of form, wasn't he? And he has dropped down the order, and who is that? New Potato has spun it in turn 5. Both Red Bulls of I'm not sure if they tripped over each other, but they've certainly distracted each other, and New Potato down into 12th position now for the first ever championship. And Styles is he's in the wall majorly there, and that's a safety car again, and that's Wing damage for Styles, who was in a superb 5th position, and goodness me, that lap was very much hotting up there, wasn't it? Styles, no way, he's been disqualified there for going the wrong way. No, and the man who's been such a hero for the Williams team over bronze and in the whole of ALR is out of the race there because he's been disqualified. I don't believe for driving the wrong way, which I think is absolute baloney. He was just waiting for the cars to go past him before he can resume back onto the circuit. Stars out of the race there, and that is absolute baloney if you ask me. That's poppycock. Kaz has done it again there. Has he got a problem with his speedometer or something? I'm not too sure. Maybe there's a problem with his delta potentially, where Stars is furious, and I don't blame him whatsoever. But if I say opponent for Kaz, well, there's something. I think there's a technical grounding for Kaz. We've seen that he was having issues for Kaz in the Aston Martin earlier on there. There's something wrong with the Aston Martin car for Kaz, and he is having he's struggling, isn't he, to know the speed of the car, and I'm not sure if the delta's working either. Then I wonder if he's lost all his graphics, Kaz has there, which is why he's unable to see what's going on potentially. I'm sure that happened to I think that's happened to a couple of drivers when they've left the session and rejoined the session. They have lost a lot of their graphical user interface, haven't they, which goes around the screen? And I'm wondering if that's what's happened to Kaz, you know, because it just seems very. It does look like that he cannot see his delta, which of course lets the driver know when they're going over the speed limit of when they're beyond the safety car, and also it looks like he cannot sit and he cannot slow down to a sensible speed limit when he comes into the pit lane. So I think that's what's happened to Kaz then. What a shame for Kaz. He's basically driving almost one-handed, so to speak. Jinner, the race leader, of course, is in the pits then, so Jinner is relinquishing the race lead here. He did have his doubts about the medium tires. We had our doubts about the medium tires, but it was very much a split decision, wasn't it? Because some in the comments didn't think that the mediums would get to the end of the race and that would certainly get him to the end now. And Brooksy there just come out the pits. Will he get out in front of the Ghost McLaren? But I think more importantly, will he get out in front of Swanshanks is I think what we're going to be looking for here. He does. So Jinner is going to be a quick cookie now until the end of this race. This safety car period shouldn't be as long as the first one, but Dynamo Dan leads there with Serious Mushroom in second, Marsky in third, Sloppy seconds in the fourth position there, Echo in fifth, for sixth position, Vintage there, very much using a measured drive here. Stupid curb spun me, stupid game, Goku is saying then, Stars is saying then, I think it's even more stupid that they disqualified you as well, just because you was trying to get onto the track sensibly. I think that's absolutely rubbish, that is. You need I think that it just goes to show that Styles making sure he doesn't impact anyone else's race, and the Codemasters decided to disqualify him because they didn't give enough time. I think that they need to sort that out for next game surely, because it's just encouraging people to just steam back on the track. Yeah, ghosting's on and things like that, but sometimes you may not ghost, or even worse, well, maybe not even worse, actually, may not be a bit dramatic, or potentially you could distract the driver when you come back on the circuit. Remember what happened in the 100% with the blue flags and everything? So that is definitely could happen as well, where you could come back on the track there and distract the driver in front of you, and he could go off and have an almighty shunt. So that's very rubbish indeed. And the Stars has been robbed potentially of a great comeback drive here. He was in fifth position. He's out of the race now. His teammate Vince is in sixth position, but Stars has been one of the best stories of the since the 2023. 2023 year has come in for ALR anyway, because I think since the turn of the year it's been fantastic. Dynamo Dan leads the way then, and here he goes then. So the championship leader leads the way with Mushroom second position, Marsky in third then. Look at this then, and here comes Sloppy seconds there, Fryer in pass, and TK has got past Vincent as well. And here comes, and who is that? That's Brooksy up the inside as well. And look at this, and 3-1 there, goodness gracious me. But TK is through, Brooksy is through as well, great stuff. Jinner also is in 8th position as well. And who is that Alpine car looking a bit wayward there? That's Jinner, that is. And Swanshanks have pulled too much curve there. I thought he was going to spin the car, but luckily he had the mechanical grip there to keep it going there. Goodness gracious me, Kaz back in the pits. There's something wrong with that Aston Martin, unfortunately, and that is such a shame for Kaz, isn't it? Marsky is now under pressure there for Echo, of course, who has UK, who's one of the early contenders going to the pits. Can Echo, as he mentioned in the interview last week there, he said he may not get another chance of a race win, or a better chance of a race win. Well, I'd say that this is a golden chance now, because Echo is on fresher tires. Yes, he's got a penalty, but he can race away. And remember about the field spread around here, when you've got oh no, TK is off the circuit. Jinner is off. Jinner's up and down into that position now. I thought he was jumping down the order, but TK has spun the car. It's not going at all well, is it? Serious Mushroom in second position, Sloppy seconds now in third. Marsky is defending for all he's worth, but look at how much time that they have lost. Marsky has lost whilst defending, and that is what I talk about with the field spread around here, because it's very much a point and square circuit. You cannot get onto the power until the car in front has Echo up in the fourth position. Jinner having a sniff on the inside of Duncan Dave as well. Marsky down to fifth position there. I think the safety car has very much ruined a lot of drivers here. Potentially, then Duncan Dave back on the circuit. He is on fresh medium tires, but unfortunately he's going to have to really find some pace and get himself back into the flow. Jinner down into 8th position then. He is on fresh and medium tires, so Brooksy all over the back then Brooksy all over the back of Marsky, and Swanshanks also joined the party as well. Brooksy, of course, had a bit of a difficult season then, but this has been a great day at the moment then for the Red Bull driver. He's had a bit of a spin then when him and Echo was close together into turn 4, but Brooksy is not really putting the squeeze on at Marsky. Echo is not too far up the road either. They have found about 2.5 seconds out between Marsky and Echo. So sloppy seconds out, very much within DRS range of Echo, or just about in DRS range of Echo, I should say. Jenner and Carbine are fighting as well. Don't think that Jenner wants his teammate to go for a lunge around here. Jenner will not be too impressed. I think he'll be hoping that his teammate drops back ever so slightly. Of course, that is the difficult side about having a reserve driver, isn't it? But of course, the reserve driver wants to show his stuff as well. On board once again, Sloppy Seconds is gaining, but I don't think he's gaining enough on Serious Russia. But I think Brooks is gaining enough on Marsky at the inside track position here, just about on the AlphaTauri. And he goes over to 5th position, and Brooks down to 6th. And Swanshanks is the next car. This is such heartbreak for Marsky because he's done such a great job this race. It has been one of his performances of the season so far. Carbine is still over the back. Well, I would say he's all over the back. It's actually Jenner all over the back of Swanshanks now. Jenner needs to start to make his way up the order with just 11 laps to go in this one. Jenner's got a 3-second penalty. I wonder if that might be a bit of frustration up the inside. Then this is a precarious corner here. Oh no! And Swanshanks spun the car. Jenner is in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I've hit my microphone off, and it's another safety car here. Oh my goodness gracious me. And yeah, he was going at the inside. Swanshanks just accelerated, and he turned the car, and that is unfortunately, excuse me, I'm not my microphone. And that is unfortunately Jenner, who's come off really worse there, hasn't he? Darmadan's lead was stretched up to about 2 seconds. It's not going to be any more. And the safety car is parked there at the end of the exit of turn the exit of turn 1. Into the pits comes Sloppy Seconds out. So Sloppy Seconds wants some fresh medium tyres here. Marsky also coming in the pits as well. Jenner had to come in the pits because he's got damage. This might be another short, sharp safety car here into the pits now. Soft tyres for the Mercedes. I'm surprised at that. I thought he's going to have some more mediums on the car, but we've only got about 10 laps to go, and it's soft tyres from Marsky as well. They are going to be quite quick at this stage. What about Jenner? Jenner's back onto medium tyres out. He's done 8 laps on those medium tyres. I'm wondering then if Jenner might come back in the pits and throw softs on in the not too distant future. Kaz, who is down in 50th position there, he's got technical problems, really bad technical problems with the Aston Martin car, hasn't he? Well, hopefully he can hopefully he can get something out of this race, because he does deserve it after going with that car, who does seem to be failing him really dramatically now. Kaz got another 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Yeah, I don't think you can see his don't think you can see any of his info on the screen. Gordo, is it Spa next week? Yes, indeed it is, Eddie. Means Spa the racetrack, I'm sure of it. Unless anyone does want to go for a pedicure, then you might be able to. But yes, indeed it is Spa next week, the best track in the world. Spa has everything. Of course, Blanchimont, it has Pouillon, it has the corner with no name then, which I'm sure is the Jackie X turn. But then again, I've only Jerome D'Ambrosio said that, so not sure what you make of that. Of course, we have the bus stop chicane. It's the new one, not the old one. I wish we could have the old one back then, but that's because I'm just showing my age. Lap 26 of this race then, so we've got safety car out. Safety car will be out for maybe a lap more. Depends on Kaz at the moment. We're on board the championship leader, and he could extend his lead once again with his championship rival right down in 14th position now. I'm surprised Jimmy didn't come in the pits, to be honest, for on a set of soft tyres, unless he don't believe those soft tyres to get to the end there. Soft tyres earlier on this race there from his teammate, actually, so he may have had some information there from his teammate. He may have had information from his teammate there, perhaps not to go on to the soft tyres there. But Sloppy Seconds, Marsky and Duncan Dave have all gone on to soft tyres here. Gordo saying either or for that spot. Indeed. As into the pits comes Kaz. Yeah, that's such a shame for Kaz, isn't it? It would be interesting to see what has happened to Kaz tonight, hasn't it? because look, he's going very slow into the pits as well. He hasn't got his graphic, has he? He's now into the pits, and the Mercedes mechanics is down in the pits for some reason. It's up for sloppy seconds. There's only one Mercedes in here tonight. Now he's into the pits, going on to the soft tyres then for the Aston Martin and Kaz then. But Kaz, hats off to you for keeping going, my good sir. On to the soft tyres now, so let's see what he can do from now until the end of the race in the Aston Martin. Safety car will be out, I think, for a couple more laps then, which is going to help these soft runners. And I'm wondering if Jenner may now start to think, well, actually, I've got a lighter car now. I might be able to get to the soft tyres to the end. And oh, Jenner's off the circuit there. He might be thinking out that I would have a lighter car than what my teammate had earlier on, then Carbright. I might be able to just about sneak the soft tyres to the end of this race then. He will have a pace advantage then, but of course he's got the oldest medium tyres on, because these tyres was the start. I think he started on the race with these tyres, didn't he, Jenner did? So yes, they are not going to be brand new. They're scrub tyres, and they've done more distance than the other medium runners that are running at this moment there. If you get the cut of my jib, of course. And is anyone going to come to pits? And I've seen someone thinking about it, and it was actually the other Alpine. But Jenner is staying out then, so he doesn't think it's worth it. We've got one more lap beyond this safety car. So Jenner is going to be staying out. He does have a pace advantage, so Jenner does. He is quite quick, isn't he, this season? But he's been so unlucky. He's on 3 race wins this season, Jenner. He would have been on the most race wins if he won here tonight. However, that accolade is now going to go to Donald Dan. He's out looking at his 4th Grand Prix win of the season if he wins here tonight. Serious Mushroom has only ever won 1 race, and that was in that silver race, and he was the man who is driving for the Haas team now. He was the man that stopped Haas on that incredible 7 race winning streak there with German and Liam, back in season 2 or 3 of silver. Because one of the most dominating teams in all of ALR's constructors history. Fantastic. And now he's driving for that team, isn't he, Serious Mushrooms? But can he get his first ever win in bronze then? My goodness gracious me. And of course, that beautiful pink, gold and silver helmet tonight, I absolutely love it. He is certainly very much going to be in the conversation then. However, I think Echo's on a fresh set of medium tyres, as is Brooksy and Carbright as well. New Potato, can he get something out of this horrific race that has happened so far in 6th position? Swan Shanks 7th, TK in 8th position, also on a bit of a difficult race then. 9th position, Sloppy Seconds with 10th is Marsky. 11th position is Vintage, 12th is Duncan Dave with Jenner in 13th and Kaz in 14th. Both McLarens out of the race. And unfortunately, McLaren only on 20 points so far in the constructors this year. It's the lowest ever. I think it is the lowest ever points scored by a constructor after 12, 13 rounds, which was the Haas team, which I think was which had only 14 points, but I'm sure they started to score, didn't they? So McLaren unfortunately got that unfortunate accolade. We're back racing here in Hungary then, hopefully for the last time then. Bert Melander's part his safety car, and Dynamo Dan leads us away then, and the Sloppy Seconds already got past them, top as we go down into turn 1. I'm not sure about the soft tyres. That is going to be a question on my mind if they can get to the end from here on in then. Echo is 3rd, Brooksy is 4th then. Remember, them 2 have got 3-second penalties. No one else has got 3-second. Oh, Jenner's got a 3-second penalty as well, and Kaz has got a lot of penalties, but hopefully he might be able to get them removed. Then he just needs to keep his footage, so doesn't he? If there's a technical infringement going on that Aston Martin car. Back on board with Brooksy now then, and we got TK as Swan Shanks off the circuit and comes back on. Marsky out to take a base of action there. Swan Shanks almost causing Marsky all kinds of bother. Marsky down in 10th position. Now wait, he's up to 9th, and Swan Shanks is trying to stabilise the car at the moment, but he's having a big trouble to do so at the moment. Back on board now then, and there could be some heartbreak just like there was in France there. Echo, he's got the medium tyres, the medium tyres then. Dylan is exactly on the money then, because he did say they should get him to the end of the race then. I had me doubts then, but goodness me, it certainly helped. But these last stop-start race in the second half here has really helped the medium runners, hasn't it, potentially? Maybe they didn't need it then. Lap 30 of this one, 5 laps to go in this now. DRS is not enabled just yet. It'll be enabled at the end of this this lap, but some drivers may not need DRS. Like New Potatoes, that TK is trying to get past Sloppy Seconds, or Sloppy Seconds is trying to get past TK. Oh, goodness me, Sloppy Seconds almost spinning TK here, and Sloppy Seconds all over the back now. TK, he passes TK, moving himself up into 7th position. No, he doesn't. He's 8th position. TK is not giving this one up. Oh, my goodness me, this is going to be, oh, goodness gracious me, great driving for both of those drivers there, as they could have spun each other so easily. But great stuff indeed. Then is who was off the track there? That was Carbrine then. New Potato being forced wide here. Carbrine there is not going to give this position too easy, but he's now out of DRS then, which could be crucial in the final 4 laps here in this Grand Prix. Sloppy Seconds are up into 7th position now in the Mercedes, doing a great job. Driver of the Day nominations, Dynamo Dance, Cirrus Mushroom and Brooksy. We'll put them up into the we'll put that up into the comments momentarily. If I can never sort myself out in the old commentary box, which I've got to say is a joke in of itself, but nevertheless, I'm always a professional. I always am here. Duncan, Dave, and Swanshanks, those medium tires may be struggling against the softs here. I still think that do you think the soft tires can get to the end here? Then Mushroom on equals saying, and he is, isn't he? He's deserved it. He's been fantastic here today, but I'm not saying anything more than that because we all know about my history. Across the line, then going down into turn 1 there. Diggis that equals that. The Father and Son duo in the comments box. Fantastic stuff. And up the inside goes Duncan Dave, passes Swanshanks and moves himself up into 10th position. Swanshanks gets a 3-second pole as well. Jenna, the championship leader. Out to the point! And New Potato has spun the car. Oh my goodness me. And he's left possession. He is furious with that. And that's no good, is it? Unfortunately. And oh, look, Echo is he still can't get past at the moment, can he? And goodness gracious me, he is now all over the back of Serious Mushroom, he's been absolutely impeccable today, hasn't he? On board once again with the Alfa Romeo. As I've just seen a replay of New Potato, unfortunately, he's going to be absolutely devastated with what has gone on here, hasn't he? Unfortunately, New Potato, as we're not sure about what happened at the start. But it certainly has been a trying race, hasn't it, for the first ever bronze champion. And lovely, we've got a lovely shot here, haven't we, from Echo's car. And lap 32 of this race then. Yeah, New Potato, Smarsky, Sloppy Seconds then, who is he got past someone there. Serious Rush is dropping down the 3rd position there because Echo up into 2nd now, and there he goes. And Echo, of course, on fresher, younger tires and on the medium. And the Driver of the Day award is now up there. And Serious Rush, I think he's got 100% of the votes, but it looks as if my tally's right. He has indeed, deserves it. But now he's got to start to defend. And Yellow Flag is up Vintage. Vintage is off the circuit. And New Potato in the pits. I'm not sure I'm doing New Potato, but he's going to be a very fed up spud at the end of this one, isn't he? Unfortunately, as it has been brutal indeed. Then equals Damon Lucky Potato. I think I remember him in gold. Then I think he was also in silver as well. New Potato was so I think he was in silver as well for a. Oh, he is. It was and Sloppy Seconds comes under pressure there, and it's dropped off. There's somewhere over Sloppy Seconds' car there. It looks like he missed a gear shift, didn't he, or something like that there for Sloppy Seconds. And look at this. And who's out in the background there? That's one of the Alpine. There's contact. There's more contact, and there's more contact there. Rubbing wheels, banging wheels there, but the Carbrine is still on the inside. Oh, goodness gracious me. Wow. I think that it's been a very brutal day, hasn't there, for the drivers at the front of the field. So like New Potato, like TK, and Echo's done a great job to get his way back up the order as well. He probably does deserve a shout out as well, because he had a drive-through penalty and it's basically come from the back of the field up the inside because the Haas, but no dice just yet. 33 out of 35 then. Serious Mushroom there is not far away now. He is not far away, is he? TK then has still got a couple more laps to go. Jinner is up into 9th position, and so he's now got 2 points on the board. Donovan Dan going for his 4th Grand Prix win of the season as well here. Brooksy not too far away either from his first podium, who's been absolutely on fire tonight. Brooksy, as I said, that's the old Brooksy that we like to see. We haven't seen this version of Brooksy at all throughout a whole race, but we have tonight, and that's what we want to see, isn't it now? It's some bit of Back to the Future tonight, and Carbrine in 5th, TK in 6th position now. Jinner needs to get past Duncan Dave. He has a 3-second penalty as well, which could cost him points in this one there. I thought someone was spinning there as we quickly changed camera angle, but it's okay so far. 6 votes at the moment, and they've all gone to Serious Mushroom. So Serious Mushroom then, twice we should put Washman Another in there as well, should be really. Just watching TK, who's all over the back of Carbron. Carbron is lost out to Brooksy. Remember, Brooksy and Echo has a 3-second penalty. I forgot about that. And I forgot about that. Kaz, who's had a nightmare day, all of a sudden, and what is TK is down into ninth position. It's been an appalling day for the man who celebrated his birthday. I think it was his 25th birthday yesterday, but today it has not been any celebration at all for the Haas car. He had a pole position, but it's just been a nightmare after nightmare for TK, hasn't it? What a shame. Serious Mushroom is still on course for second position, his best result of his career in bronze so far. Dynamo Dan still leads the way, is now pulling away ever so slightly from Echo then. So one of the medium tires starting to run their course now. Serious Mushroom currently in a de facto second position then, with Echo currently in third position. Brooks in fourth position then, but no, he isn't. I think he's in fifth. Well, he's got to find 4 tenths of a second from Carbine. As Carbine will not be defended anymore now because of the issue that TK had. Jinner, can he get past Duncan David? And that 34 out of 35 in this one. On board once again then with the man who is second in the championship at the moment, 3 Grand Prix wins there, going off the circuit. He's got a 3-second penalty already, even if he does overtake a Duncan David. So it is going to be painful for Jinner once again now, as safety car, I think, really hurt him there. It really did, didn't it? He was on the alternative strategy, so to speak, wasn't he? Jinner was, and I think it's really hurt him tonight. Was it strategy, or am I just making that up? I think I might be making that up, you know. He's run out of space going into turn 1. Jinner, we've got Marsky doing. Marsky deserves also a quick shout as well. He's done a great job today. He got really hurt by that safety car, but he's made his way back into the 6th position. I don't think he's going to get any higher with the penalty situation, unfortunately. But brilliant drive from Marsky today. Brooksy is currently in 5th position there with Carbron, making his best performance of his career as well in 4th, if he can stay there. But he's got to find an extra 4-10. Well, no, Brooks's got to find an extra half a second, but unfortunately he's not going to stretch his legs, so has he? Because he is just he's kind of caught up behind Echo, and he's just caught up behind Echo then, and Serious Mushroom, which is why he can't extend his legs ever so slightly. They're on board Jinner once again. So Jinner is currently falling down into 9th position, only 2 points in for Jinner, and it's another crucial race event there where Jinner has lost out on points then, unfortunately. And coming out of the final term, Dynamo Dan is going to win his 4th Grand Prix win of the season. He is certainly consistent. Is he the man who was the Division 6 champion, and he wins the 4th race of the season. Dynamo Dan wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed there for Dynamo Dan, with Serious Mushroom getting second at the end. His best performance of his career for Serious Mushroom, and he's on the podium, and he's winning driver of the day quite comfortably. Echo in 3rd position. What a drive from Echo to come back from that drive-through penalty and make his way back in the 3rd position. That is very sensible driving from Echo, and he certainly deserves that. Carbine in 4th position. Brooksy, great drive to 5th there. That 3-second penalty didn't hurt him. He would have been up into 4th then, but Brooksy was great to see. Same for Marsky as well. Oh, fantastic stuff, and everyone is very much said dropping out of the session like flies here, aren't they? Goodness gracious me. Some seconds ago, drive of the day from Codemasters, but today I think there's only going to be one man getting the drive of the day. Well, it's Serious Mushroom there. 90% for Serious Mushroom, 10% for Dynamo Dan. Brooksy and Echo have done a really good job indeed there. But Dynamo Dan, another Grand Prix win then under his belt. Then there is Serious Mushroom there. He is loving life, and that's Haas, isn't he there? And of course, great drive from Echo as well. And with that is a race that he's going to live long long in the memory, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Action and drama, then every twist and every corner of this circuit. Oh my goodness me. Every corner had a story today, and every driver had a saga to tell as well. But Dynamo Dan is spraying the bubbly and is extending his lead even further in the World Championship. This is going to be, Dynamo Dan is going to start to be looking very comfortable then with just 11 rounds to go in this World Championship. Let's take a far look at the classification then from the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have got Dynamo Dan, his fourth race win of his season and the career. Sears Mush, a brilliant drive to second. Echo third, great drive, recovery drive there. We got Carl Bryan in fourth, Brooksy fifth, Marsky sixth, Duncan Dave seventh, TK eighth, Junior ninth, Swan Shanks in 10th position, Kaz 11th, 12th is Sloppy seconds, 13th is Vintage. Retirements was New Potato, Styles, Scooby Stew, Billet and Collins, and also Tomo retired from the race as well. Sloppy seconds also gets fast up on lap 35 here tonight in Hungary. And I did that final classification in a record time as well. Magnificent stuff. And I'm glad that Diggs is in the comments there, because I can't remember my hat from my elbow then in terms of what happened in that race. But I think that Dynamo Dan has joined us in the old box that I sit in. Dynamo Dan, what an incredible drive today. However, it seems like that it was more of a measured drive from yourself, whilst everyone was having issues there at the start.
Yeah, I don't really know what was going on, to be fair. I was just concentrating on my race, and there was just constant safety cars, really. So yeah, I just carried on doing my race.
I must admit, you do sound quite a cool customer. And yeah, it was of course it was not as exhilarating as the last one in France, where you was racing against Echo. But this one, seemed to be more about just keeping your head in this one whilst everyone was losing edge. At the start, did you see what happened between TK and New Potato?
Very briefly, as in cars were flashing past me as I was driving through, but I didn't see what actually happened. I was just concentrating on trying to keep up with Jenna.
I was trying to hopefully get myself a hold there because I missed it completely. But of course, Echo also had a drive, also had a jump start as well. So it seemed like about three of your five competitors was gone before you even got to turn one.
Yeah, I mean that helped massively, of course. Again, I'm not the quickest person, so I just stick to my race plan, and that was it really. I did get nervous towards the second safety car though. I was half tempted to change tyres, but I stuck with it, and it seemed to have paid off, and it probably helped with the third safety car as well.
And of course, Sarah, I think you're now approximately, this might be wrong, but you're approximately about 60 odd points now in front of Ginner, give or take a point or two. Going into Spa then with about 10 races to go. Can you start to dream? Because I keep asking you this every week there, where your rivals seem to have some issues, and I keep asking, are you now starting to think about it, or how do you manage that? Because surely, as the weeks go on, you got to start to think that this could be mine.
Well, it can, but as quick as I've gained the lead, I can just as quickly lose it. So I'm not going to count my chickens just yet. But if things go the way they are, then I should be okay if I keep scoring points. But you just never know if you're going to score points or you don't even know if you're going to finish the race sometimes. So it's again, I'm just playing to my consistency.
And you really done well tonight. Absolutely, congratulations. Congratulations, Dynamo Dan. Superb stuff indeed. Let's come to Cirrus Mushroom then, who finished second today. And Cirrus Mushroom, we also got driver of the day as well. So Welsh Marnada was not in the driver of the day award today. So hats off to you. But firstly, talking about that start, is Diggis mentioned that you went up 8 positions there in the matter of the first lap.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like just trying to pull over to the side. I hope you can hear me, by the way, because I don't have to work the mic on here.
We can hear you. Hopefully everyone else can hear you at home.
A lot of people pulled over to the side, and for once, I usually stay at the back, don't I, and just like jog around until something happens. But for now, stuff it, I'm going for it. So I just stuck the foot down.
You mentioned there where the safety car came out. You thought that might have messed up your race then, but in the end, I think that might have helped your race. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. At the time, I didn't because the tyres have been on for quite a while. They've been on for a few laps, and I thought everyone's going to go to mediums, so they're going to blitz past me. So then I thought, you're not in for a penny, in for a pound. I'll just give it a go.
And towards the end as well, I think Echo sneaked by you, but you did see that you probably seen that he had penalties. So was you concerned about that, or was you just happy to just sit there? Because Brooks also had a penalty as well, didn't he?
I was a bit concerned, because he had great pace, and fair play to, and well done to Dan, by the way. Yeah, I thought if I could stay with him and keeping his DRS, then I might actually get a podium for once in my life. And then that was it. My plan was just to stick with him. I was even going to let Brooksy go because he was getting a bit close. I was getting a bit nervous of him, so he was looking quick as well. So I thought, I'll just stick with him.
And of course, you've been very vocal about this Haas car, but it's delivered you your first podium in a very long
It's
time.
rubbish.
Sorry.
Go on, sorry. Carry on.
You delivered your podium in such a long time then. So you starting to grow to love this Haas car?
No.
No.
If I get it next year, I'm quitting.
Oh dear. Don't worry, the person who's doing the draw will make sure that it's not the case.
I better get it as well now, and I've said that.
Very good stuff. And of course, this is your first podium in the season. And do you think that this is the start of a good run going forward?
Probably not, to be honest. But the thing is, I don't qualify, so the chance of me getting a podium are pretty slim of how fast people are. So I should start qualifying, shouldn't I? Stop being an idiot.
Yes. No, but also, just as well, just finish off on a positive, Ben. You've had 2 fourths and a fifth in the British, Austrians, and French Grand Prix last time out then. And now you've had a second today, so you're in a really rich run of form. What's your secret?
I don't really have a secret. I just, yeah, probably that. No, I don't really. I just do take the race as it comes, and that's it. Just try to stay. The main thing I try and do is not get penalties, and then whatever comes with it after that, I just do. You know what I mean? So you get lucky sometimes. Sometimes like today, really, I'm lucky because a lot of people are like TK and that lot of. I don't know what's happened between them. We'll have to watch it back, but I probably wouldn't have been in that position otherwise. But I'll take it.
Thomas, that's just the way the race goes. Well done indeed, Sir Smash. Brilliant stuff indeed. And let's come to
Cheers,
Echo.
mate.
And my goodness me, Echo, you definitely made it hard for yourself. What happened at the start? You completely missed the light spot thing. Did you have a problem with your clutch?
I just lifted my thumb up way too early. For some reason, I was just twitching. I was just getting ready to go. I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. Oh no, I've a full stop. Crap. So yeah, I kind of brought that one on myself, didn't I?
You certainly did, but my goodness me, you didn't let your head drop at all because you really got yourself back into that race as well. And but also we did also see you pull over to the side, which I must say I wouldn't have done. I would have kept going, but that's why I'm not allowed on the track anymore. But after that, then how difficult was it to keep yourself going in this race? Then did you ever let your head drop? It didn't seem like it because you was gaining on the back of the pack quite quickly.
Not really, no, because I've done quite a few laps. Probably the most practice I've done around Hungary today. So it was just a case of just trying to be consistent with my lap times, trying not to make too many mistakes. Obviously, I had that drive through, so I just did that on lap 1. And because everyone was still fighting up ahead and everyone was still in like a big pack, it kind of made it easy for me to catch up in the end. So it was just basically, like you say, I just kept my head down and just got on with it, really.
And how difficult was it with all those safety cars? I think we had 3 in the end. How difficult was it to determine on what strategy to go on? Or did you always have a plan of if there was a safety car to come out at certain periods of the race, or was you just going off the off the seat of your underpants, as I say?
A little bit of both, really. I think when the first safety car came out, I can't remember actually what I did. I think I went on to what did I do? I went from the mediums then onto the hards, I think, and then obviously went back onto the mediums. And it was it kind of all worked out in the end. Like I say, it was a little bit of both. I kind of had a rough idea of okay, if a safety car comes out on this lap, I'll put onto these tyres and vice versa. And then when the final safety car came out, I was actually close to putting onto these soft tyres. But I was like, you know what? I'm in fourth, third. Let's just go for it. And yeah, not much else to say on that one.
And hopefully got a positive one to say on this one. Though this is your 6th podium of the season now, which is actually the second highest out of anyone in the bronze league, apart from Dynamo Dan, who's on 8 now. But you've had 3 in the last 3 races since Austria. You're on a rich run of form at the moment. Do you think you can gate crash the top 3?
Maybe. I think with Jinner finishing outside, I don't even know where Jinner actually finished today. And then there's a few other people around. I think it's like Irish New Potato. In fact, I think I might actually now be ahead of him. I'm not too sure. It all depends on, obviously, race results after everything, because I did have a bit of contact with Brooksy. But maybe. I would like so. I would like to think so. Let's put it that way.
Really good stuff. Well done to all the podium sitters there. That was a brilliant race, wasn't it? And that's it for Hungary for F1 2022. My goodness me, that was a sweaty one, wasn't it? Not only for the drivers, but also for me as well. Tomorrow night, we go back to the desert, don't we? It's Bahrain. Of course, you know what that means as well. We are actually also F1 for reeling on the weekend as well. I cannot wait for that. Friday practice is where it gets going. And of course, so same for the 100% league as well, as we are in Bahrain. Then next week, we are at the best race on the calendar. It is the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, I cannot wait for that one there. It is brilliant. There's also the mark for round 14 as well. Gold is very much on a knife edge at the moment. There's a lot of tempers flying around, isn't there? As the head steward has had to get himself in fourth. Good gosh there. Silver, it was action all the way, wasn't there? But Nigel somehow still keeps his championship lead. And bronze, Dynamo Dan has taken a massive step closer to maybe his championship dream potentially. We've still got 11 rounds to go though. We'll see you. Goodbye.